One day, I looked in the mirror and I didn't recognize myself. I had a job, a roof over my head, food on the table, but inside I was empty. It wasn't sadness. It was something worse, indifference. Like life was slipping away, and I was just a spectator. Until I found one line, a single phrase hidden in an old book by Napoleon Hill. A phrase that changed my life. Today, I'm going to show it to you. But not just that. I'm going to teach you the most underrated, invisible, and powerful habit that exists. The only one that truly transforms. It's not motivation. It's not discipline. It's something deeper, something that reprograms your mind from the inside out. If you're tired of going in circles, if you're looking for a fresh start, stay until the end. Because this video isn't going to motivate you. It's going to transform you. Napoleon Hill wasn't a millionaire. He didn't build a great company, and yet he changed millions of lives. How? Because he had access to something few people ever do, the inner minds of the most powerful men in history. Andrew Carnegie, Henry Ford, Thomas Edison. Hill spent over 20 years studying one thing. What do people who achieve the impossible have in common? And what he discovered wasn't some magical secret. It was something so basic, so simple, that most people overlook it. It's not in expensive courses. It's not in modern-day gurus. It's in the essentials. One habit, a daily practice, something all those giants did, and that you can start today. It's called the beginning of all change. In the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly how to apply it. The biggest problem isn't that you don't have goals. It's that you wake up every day without clarity, without energy, without direction. And the worst part? You've normalized it. The alarm goes off, and your first decision is to hit snooze. You rush out, unfocused, with your mind scattered in 1,000 directions. At night, you're exhausted, frustrated, feeling like you lived on autopilot. You get home and find no answers, just more distractions. TikTok, Netflix, notifications, noise. You're busy all day, but you're not making progress. And that hurts because you know you have potential. You know you were meant for more. But every purposeless day makes you doubt yourself even more. You read a book, watch a video, feel inspired, and by day 3, you're back to the same routine. It's an invisible cycle that slowly wears you down. Napoleon Hill put it like this: failure comes when you let routine shape who you're becoming. And that's exactly what's happening today. Routine is shaping your mind, not your dreams. Your life is being built like a house, brick by brick. The problem is if you don't choose the bricks, someone else will. And you'll end up with a life that looks nothing like the one you dreamed of. Here's the habit. Write down your purpose with absolute clarity and repeat it out loud twice a day with emotion, with truth. It sounds simple, even ridiculous, but that's exactly why it works. Because the mind doesn't respond to complexity. It responds to consistency. Hill called it a definite purpose and said no success is possible without it. Most people wake up without knowing what they're building. They live reacting instead of creating. But the people who change their fate start the day remembering exactly who they are, what they want, and why they're here. They don't just think it, they say it, they feel it, they program it. I tried it skeptically. I took a piece of paper, wrote down exactly what I wanted, how much money, what kind of lifestyle, what kind of person I needed to become, and I started reading it aloud twice a day. At first, I felt silly. No one was listening, but I was. And that was enough. After a week, my energy shifted. In a month, I was making better choices. 2 months in, I could no longer tolerate anything that pulled me away from that purpose. It wasn't magic. It was focus. Because when you repeat something every day, you don't just memorize it. You make it real in your mind. And what your mind believes, your life starts to manifest. The first days are great. You feel motivated. You say your purpose. You feel like something is shifting. Then the voice shows up. It doesn't shout. It whispers. Skipping one day won't hurt. This isn't working. Who do you think you are? And if you're not careful, you'll believe it. Because that voice comes from inside, and sometimes it sounds just like you. It's the mind conditioned by years of fear, doubt, and failure. It's the echo of every time you started something and didn't finish. But hear me clearly. That voice is not you. It's your past, trying to keep you in the familiar. Because the unknown, even if it promises freedom, is scary. And that's where most people quit on day 10, 20, 30, right before the transformation begins. Because real change starts inside, in the silence, when no one's clapping, when it feels like you're not making progress, but you keep going anyway. That's where you're rebuilding your identity. I felt that battle too. I thought, this is ridiculous. I'm talking to a piece of paper. But I kept going, because I realized something. It's not about staying motivated. It's about staying committed to yourself. And that commitment is what saves you when everything else fails. It's what separates the average person from the one who writes their name in their family story. There were no fireworks, no signs in the sky. Just one morning, coffee in hand, I repeated my purpose like always, but this time I didn't just say it. I felt it. It wasn't words anymore. It was certainty. Like the person I dreamed of becoming was already inside me, just waiting to be recognized. That day didn't change the world. I changed, and that changed everything. I closed a deal I'd been chasing for months. An old friend came back with a surprising opportunity. But more than anything external, this was the real win. My mind stopped doubting. I didn't need proof to believe anymore. I believed first, acted first, and the results followed. That's what Hill meant when he wrote, "The universe responds when you act as if your desire were already real." It's not mysticism. It's psychology. It's practical faith. Because when your mind focuses, it stops looking for excuses and starts looking for paths. And when you have a clear purpose, your energy shifts. Your language shifts. Your decisions change. And then the inevitable happens. The world starts treating you the way you treat yourself. After 90 days, I wasn't the same. Sure, I earned more money, but that was just a part of it. The real shift was clarity. I knew what I wanted. I knew what I no longer accepted. I had an inner compass, and that's worth more than any course, mentor, or hack. I started making decisions faster, saying no without guilt, explaining myself less. My language changed. My relationships changed. The way I spoke to myself changed. I didn't need others to believe in me, because I had learned to believe in myself. Every morning, out loud, that was my invisible training. Repeating my purpose until my body believed it, my mind defended it, and the world reflected it. That's when I finally understood Hill's message. You will become what you think about constantly. Yes, there are gray days, doubt, fatigue, fear. But when your mind has direction, everything else falls into place. Not by magic, by decision. So I say this from the heart. You don't need more motivation. You need a daily declaration that reminds you who you are. Change isn't pretty. Change hurts. Because change means letting go of a part of you that kept you safe for years. But if you have the courage to hold on to one habit, just one, for 90 days, you'll prove to yourself that you can rewrite your story. The habit isn't magical. It's uncomfortable. It's lonely. And it'll often feel pointless. But it's there, in that quiet place where no one's watching, where your new identity is born. One no longer driven by fear, but by purpose. So today, start. Take a sheet of paper. Write down your purpose in detail. How much money do you want? What kind of life do you deserve? Who do you need to become to get there? Read it morning and night. Do it with faith, with intention, with truth. And don't break the streak. Do it for 90 days. When you're done, come back. Tell me in the comments what changed. And if this video sparked something in you, share it. Subscribe. But most of all, apply it. Because the world doesn't need more motivated people. It needs men and women with purpose, who do what they must, even when they don't feel like it. And if that's you, welcome. This channel is your home.